TileMasterGa. And it's funny too because both of us are in Georgia and I've been doing tile for about 20 years. Yeah, right about 20 years. How long have you been doing tile work?
2005, 13 years.
13 years, and I've been doing it 20 years, and we've been in the same state and we've never met before. So this is the first time we've ever met.
I've seen you once.
You seen me?
Yes, I went for the same estimate. I believe I mentioned to you, I went for the same estimate that you did. And I've seen you walking out from the house, and I came to the guy right after you.
Seriously?
Yes, and you actually got this job in Midtown.
I must have charged less.
I don't remember what the deal was, but I wasn't the one to do the job for sure. And I know you've been the one to do it.
Okay, so Michael and I have spoken a couple times over the course of the last few years. I guess we've spoken, what, about three or four times in regard to, you know, YouTube and Google and stuff like that. But, you know, brief conversations, and we've never actually met. So I hit Michael up, I think last week I hit him up because I understood that the T-lock system is kind of something that he's doing right now. I know he's been absent from YouTube for a little bit, and maybe you want to kind of address that a little bit, just briefly. I mean, I know your subscribers are kind of missing you.
Well, there are more important things in life and less important things in life, and family is, in my opinion, one of the most important things, and if not the most important. And this is the reason why I'm gone, because of the certain situations in my life that are regarding the family. They need me more those days, and I simply had no opportunities to make recent videos and focus on the tile work as much as I used to. So hopefully it will change. We'll see what life brings. Wish me the best.
So by that brief explanation of why you've been absent for YouTube for so long, can your subscribers kind of expect you back in the near future?
I have definitely some new content that I will try to present. How it's gonna continue, hard for me to tell. I don't want to promise anything, but you will definitely see more of my videos coming in the next months, or I would say definitely years. But when it's gonna end, I don't know. Hopefully never.
Okay. And I have a lot of respect for Michael. If you don't know, there have been times where people have called me, and I'm sure you don't know this either, because I haven't mentioned it to you. People have mentioned you when I give an estimate or I'm on the phone with somebody and they talk about you, and they talk about how good you are at your craft and how precise you are at setting tile, and how they wish, you know, that you were in their area. And my retort to them has always been, and always will be, if there was something wrong with me, as I was incapacitated for some reason, and I couldn't do my own tile work, and I had bought a brand new house and I needed a shower built, the person that I would hire, if money was not an issue, I would fly Michael anywhere that I'm living to have him do my tile.
It's nice to hear that, Bob.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because I respect his work that much. And he's actually taught me a few things that I've integrated into my own work. So yeah, I have a lot of respect for this guy. This guy is really, really good. If you haven't seen him yet, you can go to his channel. Even though he hasn't posted videos for a while. I
have some new videos that I recently posted.
Well, okay.
But those are continuations of older projects of mine. I have some, I'm holding some still.
I'm trying to say your name here. TileMasterGa. Look at him. Go up to the top of the comment, or to the what is it? Search. The search on top of YouTube, and put TileMasterGa in, and you're going to find all of his content, all his videos. He's really good at what he. Trust me on this. Just watch a few of his videos, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. So, there's your props, Michael.
Thank you very much, Bob.
You're welcome. So we're going to get on to this T-lock system thing that he's involved in right now, and because I'm doing a job right now, and I'm kind of like, well, I don't really use self-leveling systems that often. I have used them a few times, but I thought, well, maybe with this job I want to try and get into it, and because I understood he was into it himself a little bit, I decided to come over, and he offered to give me some samples. So we're going to have a look at that right now and kind of go through this this particular system. When I say I don't use them very often, I have used them, but kind of the cheesy brands at Home Depot or Floor and Decor or something like that. And T-Lock is like the best of the best. So we're gonna go check it out together.
Well, you have to give it a try.
Yeah.
And as you can see on some of my videos, I've been using this with a great success, and I'm explaining why it's so important to use it. The simple way will be for you to check out of some of my recent clips that I've been posting in the recent years. You will see what it is, what I'm talking about, and definitely worth of trying, Bob.
Okay. Well, let's go out.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot compare it with the Home Depot or those cheap leveling
Well,
systems, but
yeah, sometimes cheaper is not better. But let's go check it out. Let's have a look. So we came outside to Michael's garage. I had actually brought some of the tile that I'm working with currently. So I was aware that Michael had some of the T-Lock system with him, and so I brought some of the tile to see how it kind of works, and I actually like it. I rarely use self-leveling systems, and when I have, I've used by default, you know, what Home Depot sells. So I was shown these, which I like a lot better than the ones at Home Depot because they're flat. The ones at Home Depot have a curvature under the bottom. And the way these slide up under the tile, once your thin set is troweled out on your floor, and you slide that right up under the tile, and then these wedges, as you see, I've already set some up on my tile. The wedges just slide right under there, and it's flat. And because it's flat, it pushes both tile together as you lock it in. And there's even a locking tool right here that grips, that I don't know how to use.
this tool can be very easily adjusted depending on the thickness of the tile, because this is the case.
Okay.
For thinner tiles, like in this case.
So each size has a different adjustment.
Yes, and this is probably going to be that one. It all depends really on the product that is going to be used. But this is just a sample, right? We have to add we have to compensate for the thin set.
Okay.
And this is pretty much how it works. So,
Wow.
So the tool itself can be, has to be adjusted.
Right.
To a certain specific type of tile, thickness of the tile.
Right. And then
this is something you do prior to the installation. I mean, you have to get ready.
And the scraper is to what? To get the excess thin set off the side before you put the T-Lock in?
Yes, this is a very important part.
Okay.
Because otherwise, if you will get thin set around the clips, next day you might have difficulties actually breaking this off, because excessive thin set will be blocking the clip itself, preventing it from actually breaking off the way it's supposed to. The lines, and we're breaking those clips along the lines, always this way. So if there's anything holding here, how the clip's supposed to break off. Nothing's supposed to block the clip on the side. And it's not only regarding this specific system, but it's regarding Raimondi and every other wedge type system that we have on the market.
Okay. So when you're breaking them off, you're basically using a rubber mallet, and so let's say it's the next day, right?
Yes.
And then you wouldn't release these. Say I'm trying to release it. The next day you're not releasing it, right?
No. You can release it during installation if you have to get back, remove certain tile.
Right.
It's pretty simple. But next day you don't release it. You just
start hitting the side of it, and
is correct.
And it breaks right off.
And it breaks right off.
So you throw this part away, and the bottom part stays. So there's the bottom part where it breaks off from. It breaks off right from the side, right?
Well, the way it breaks, those are actually
the bottom.
The bottom part stays. I mean, it's solid clip, which is good because it doesn't break if you accidentally bend it or put some pressure during installation if they lay around. So they're very solid. But once we have bigger force, this is how they break off.
And that's the bigger force that you're using.
Yes,
right.
And so this is what is left for you to throw away or use it as a horseshoe type shim, because it can be easily used as a spacer.
Like it.
And this is what is left underneath the tile.
In the meantime, you have perfect spacing and perfect leveling all the way around.
Yeah,
love it. That's I like it. I like it a lot. So I'm going to start using this system specifically on this job, because you can see these are large format 12 by 24 tile that I'm going to be setting. And I won't be setting it the way it's set up right now. So you know, a large format tile should be set at a third. If you don't, there's this bowing effect that can happen. Not necessarily all the time, but it could happen. So these tiles should be set at 1/3 spacing, which the next tile would go about right here, and then the following tile would go another third up. The way it is now, it's like half, and that's not the way it's going to be set up. But I do appreciate the information, and I appreciate that you have a lot of this stock too. Look at all these boxes of wedges, and all these boxes. What do you call these? The center part?
The center part?
Yeah.
I mean, wedge and clip.
Oh, clips. Sorry.
Those boxes.
I was looking for the word. So you have all these boxes of clips.
I mean, you have a description.
Yeah.
In this particular case, we have 1 millimeter, which is 1/30th second of an inch clips, the white element, and this particular box has a 1500 count. I don't know if you can see it well or not.
Yeah.
And here it has just standard thickness, because the system itself is which is pretty cool, comes in 3 different sizes. I mean, it comes in 3 different sizes when it comes to the grout spacing, and additionally it comes in 3 different sizes when it comes to thickness of the tile. And that being said, here this is pretty much good explanation what I just said. Those days, new type of tiles approaching that are as thin as a 1/4 of an inch or thicker, and many times they will be in sizes 5 feet by 10 feet. I don't know if you came across of those or not, but they becoming very popular. So also subway type tiles, there are 6 by 12 or sometimes 6 by even 24, more subway style tiles that will be still fairly thin, comparing close to the thickness of the classic white subway tiles. And this system in the thinnest, let's say thinnest option, can be used even for those subway style tiles, which is really cool.
And what size is that spacing?
This particular one is for the thin tiles. This is 1/16 of an inch 1/30th second of an inch spacing.
And then this one?
All of those 3 are 1/30th second of an inch.
Oh, it's just for the different thickness of the tile.
Yeah, this just represents different thickness of the tile.
Okay.
In this case, it's fairly thick tile. This one covers tiles that are as thick as 7/8 of an inch, and I have also some clip on the side that I can show you how tall is that. But this is great for limestone, travertine, thick marble. I mean, you won't be able to install it correctly without those tall systems.
Right.
For majority of the tiles, for majority of the installations, the classic medium size T-locks will work, because ideally you want the wedge to go all the way through the middle of the clip, so the equal distance stays on each side. But if the wedge itself it's like that or goes deeper, it doesn't hurt. It still works the way it's supposed to. However, we're always pursuing perfection, so this is why manufacturer came up with 3 different options to pursue perfection.
That's for the size of the tile, but then this is the size of the spacing. That's what I'm impressed by.
Yeah, for the size of the spacing, let's maybe try here in a better light. Yeah. For the spacing, like I mentioned, we have 1 millimeter, which is 1/30th second of an inch, 2 millimeter, 1/16, and 3 millimeter, 1/8 of an inch spacing. And the spacer itself is built into the clip, So you don't have to use any additional spacing components. However, you can combine it with any type of classic spacers. If your desire is to have a 3/16 of an inch gap, you can use 3/16 of an inch classic cross spacer and spread it apart even farther than what is here. I mean, you can do even joints up to, I would say, I would not go any bigger than quarter.
No, quarter.
Because it doesn't look good first.
I usually never use quarter.
And here is this element on the bottom that we still have to keep in mind to not go farther than the bottom piece of the clip. But quarter of an inch spacings can be done as well by use of the classic cross spacers.
Nice.
Additionally, here Perfect Level Master also offers very unique and very interesting spacers that can be used for a herringbone pattern, can be used for straight layout, can be used as a linear spacer, so you can combine this in three different
and we all know brick pattern is what we're doing the most of.
Yeah,
we wish we could do that.
I mean, this is what we used to do back in the day.
Yeah, we're not doing
with
that
all the
anymore.
designs we have those days. Offset pattern is what homeowners will pursue, which I liked it as well because it brings more to the way the installation looks, make it more interesting, more attractive to the eye, and the options possibilities are pretty much endless. But this is pretty much good show off of all the options that we have. And
nice, very nice.
Definitely something worth trying.
Yep.
I've been using this for, I would say, since the product came up on the market. Last 3 years, I mean 2015 was when the product first came out, and this is when I started using. And as probably you've seen on some of my videos, I've been very successful with this product. Helped a lot, helped a ton. And I would not replace it with anything else.
And I'm looking forward to using it myself because this is going to make my my tile work a lot easier. Not so much work for me to have to worry about spacing. Not only the spacing, but it's a combined spacing and leveling of the tile. So, you know, two birds with one stone. Perfect. Thanks, Michael.
I hope you enjoyed that video. Be a Patreon member. I'm going to post a link down below to my Patreon account, and you can donate $1, $5, $10, $20 a month. Just pledge that on a monthly basis. That will help me produce more videos and content so that you can watch and learn from my channel. Business calls only, please.